Um, so we find ourselves in a very strange world now in 2007. A lot of the assumptions that we had about what the software industry is, or let me say perhaps more accurately was, have fundamentally changed. And people who thought of themselves as leaders in the software industry, maybe in terms of market, with absolutely overwhelming market share, now see themselves all of a sudden threatened by open source, by standards, and by online technologies, which basically anybody would have guessed would have happened eventually. But what we're starting to see is it's happening, right? And so we're seeing technologies now like virtual world, like mashups, open source Office applications, well beyond what we did on the horizontal level with Eclipse and Linux really start to take hold and fundamentally change the industries. And this battle is not just being fought, let me say, at the customer level when we go into a bank or an energy company or something like this. It's being fought in the universities. It's being fought in the legislatures around the world. California, Texas, Minnesota, things in Massachusetts, but around the world, in the Nordics, in Bolivia, in Peru, in Japan, in Australia, in Singapore. They're asking some very fundamental questions. They're asking, what does openness really mean? And here I don't mean what the marketing department says open is. I mean what it really means. And how should that change our policies? Should it change our policies? As I go along and we talk about some of these ideas, and I'll be talking about both open source and standards and some future directions and what all this means. What I want to try to do is give you at least my opinion of some way that you can interpret the things you hear. All right, so when you see headlines or you see this company does this or that organization does whatever, why? Why are they doing these things? You know, some of them may be good things, some of them may be bad things, some of them may look like good things, but they're less good than you think they are, and so forth. So there are a lot of questions you need to ask yourself. There are people, because of this shift to open technologies, there are many opportunities that people are taking advantage of, but for many, many people, there are threats, right? Open is seen as bad by some people, right? Or bad as part to some people's business. They will respond in different ways. How do you know how they respond? And what will you do, whether it's from an education perspective or as you might be involved with businesses and things like that.